We are told all is mind in the Hermetic philosophy. Walter Russell said there is one mind, and we are expansions of this one mind. The intelligence permeates everything. We are active partakers in this unity, and therefore we are the hands that manifest that intelligent will here in the physical realm. In a sense, we are all mediums for the invisible forces. These invisible forces are the archetypes that make up the realm of ideals. The Neoplatonists taught emanationism, emanation from the Latin emanare, meaning to flow from, or to pour forth out of. It is the mode by which all things are derived from, and the first reality or principle. Our minds are expansions of these archetypes, and create universal patterns. These function and drive us. The collective archetypes are distributed and give qualities according to the 7 planets and the 12 signs of the zodiac. Our minds are instruments of our spirit souls, which are individualized conscious entities. We as entities bond to a mind which is formed from these pre-existing archetypes, and we are conditioned into this realm we call Earth, with the collective of other mind entities that are also collectively holding the realm together. Our minds and creative faculties are all connected and powered by the same sources. Ideas trickle down and crystallize in the material realm of fixed forms. So what connection does this have with our stories we tell and pass down, such as theater plays and dramas, art, songs and poetry? The truth is, they are all the final product of the all of the creative ideals, thoughts, and archetypes that finally meet man's mind through emanation. And our hands are divinely inspired through our mind, paint the picture that was once invisible and creates a form. It is said that Chopin, the great musician, penned man's soul in his music. We as humans manifest the unmanifested. The unmanifested is already a perfect ideal. So the music is already there, we just have to bring it down through inspiration. All of these works of art contain common themes such as the journey of the hero. The journey of the hero is the same journey the sun takes every year and every day. The sun is born and then dimmed by winter. The hero faces an adversary and loses something. Then the hero goes off to learn and prepare to conquer the darkness. Once he is ready, he slays the darkness and the light returns. This is the path of the sun through the zodiac, as it resurrects in spring, dies in winter, only to be resurrected. We create these stories that reflect universal archetypes. It is in our nature to do this. We are fractals of the one mind, hence we all think alike. The stories from ancient scriptures are all heroic tales, as well as more modern-day works, such as even some animes and past video games, such as Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, or even video games like The Legend of Zelda, all packed with deep esoteric symbolic meaning in them. This is what makes them the most prized works of art in our generation. Did the author of Little Red Riding Hood consciously know he was writing about the sun and the journey of the soul when he added certain elements in the story, which are symbolic representations of seasons and the changing of day into night? It matters little whether we are conscious of the properties and functions or not, the output is still the same. If you are conscious, you can go to lengths to add more descriptive symbolism. However, it comes out naturally through the unconscious archetypes. This is why all stories, dramas, poems, and love songs follow the same journey. In life, we live out a rhythm. We have ups and downs. We work hard and see results only to be defeated. We then build ourselves back up and reach a point higher than what we had attained before. A great master once said, an ascent is always followed by a descent. When we are down, we are preparing for a higher point of victory. This is the common message in hero stories because it is a story of the soul and its triumph over circumstance. The Prisca Theologia asserts that one true theology exists since the beginning, given to man by divinity. The perennial wisdom of the ages is found within all true traditions and passed down through generations from man. At times, the knowledge becomes obscured in the shadows and lore, and the mystic truth becomes lost except to those who have eyes to see and ears to hear. At this age, we're lucky to have access to all the great figures of truth, whether it is Krishna, Jesus, the wisdom of the Tao, or the Upanishads. We follow truth wherever truth may be. There is only one truth and many true paths. There are also many false paths. It is foolish to say anything of one path leads to heaven or truth. It is foolish to say everyone has their own truth. Truth cannot be invented or made up. Everyone may have their own perspective of what he or she believes to be true, but that does not make it so. Some say there must only be one true religion or religious figure. One must follow the teachings of Buddha or Krishna, or in the form of the Vaishnava's perspective relays as Krishna or Buddha, to have true knowledge. We hear this a lot in the Christian way, saying that the being of the belief that Jesus is the truth is the only way to truth. However, the eternal doctrine of the soul is found in all the great paths and religions. Religions serve as a cosmology for the intelligence of the being, to understand who and what it is and where it's going. The soul created in the image of God and the intelligence beyond cause and effect has fallen from its glory and wandered onto uncharted territory. This is the same story found in all myths. The main character is thrown into an unknown land. This unknown land is the physical body, the material world, which is far away from home, which is the land of eternal spirit. Through trial and error, the subtle guidance and impulse of the spirit, the soul finally discards its fleshly lusts and desires and puts on a new heavenly garment after having its heart weighed and judged by the divine laws. Then one enters into the subtle realm of being and transcends the world of pleasure and pain, and again enters eternal bliss and knowledge, Satchitananda, and experiences true meaning of God, man, and the true purpose of life. There never was a time when Christ did not exist. He is an eternal being who is at the base of all creation. The story of Christ captures this higher truth in the story of Jesus, who is the embodiment of the law of God and life, and wisdom fully realized. There's much speculation as to whether Jesus was a prophet or a son of God. Some say equal to Moses. Some say God, Jesus, Allah, Jehovah, Krishna, the eternal, the universal, all applicable names to the great cause. The truth is, the stories are allegorical forms and anagogical mystic tells of these transcendental mystical phenomenon, which transcend physical phenomenon. The story, as any story, is about the being, the Christ, who dwelt within man. Your body is the temple of the living God. Within the body is found God, the Father. Christ is produced as the Word, or the Verb, or the first manifestation of God. Jesus is the manifestation of life and beauty, and is the reason why humans manifest this beauty and wisdom in various degrees. We are all cut from the same holy cloth, and the cloth is the universal Christ the Bible speaks of. The story can be perfectly charted out astrologically, and as the ancients knew, the body was a microcosm of the macrocosm. The celestial script would play out in the body and the human psyche, and never be able to be tainted with. Christ is the Word and the Verb and pure compassion of God, a personal being that transcends history. He is to be realized deep within us, within our hearts. We do what Christ did and better and become whole once again by following the way. He pointed to the way, or a method to realize who we are, and how to treat ourselves and others in respect to who we are and heritage, which would be the first cause, God, the Father, and God the Mother. In ancient Christianity, the Holy Mother Mary was revered as a god or a saint and not just a figure of history. Each character takes on various aspects of the psyche and symbols of the rhythm and cycles of nature. Some people say man lives in the realm of duality. This is true, however, this duality is 12 modifications of light energy that we know as the 12 zodiac. In the ancient stories, we have the number 12 appearing in the Bible, both the Old and New Testament, as well as Hercules, the 12 labors. It is known that man has 12 cranial nerves in his head and 12 different systems in the body. The ancients knew that the heavens were a reflection of that which is within man's mind, and man's mind was a part and parcel of God's mind. Because of this, they knew that the 12 zodiac corresponded to the 12 systems in the body. The the skeletal system, the digestive system, the cerebral spinal system, and the nervous system, with man being as the microcosm, as the Hermetics say, as above so below, as within so without, and that man is the measure of the universe. So man, when studied, is a book